Let me take a minute to tell you about one of my favorite sponsors, Wonderful Pistachios. I have been trimming down for the last month or so, about 11 pounds now, and they are my go-to snack when I'm feeling hungry. Wonderful Pistachios is one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. So twice a day, I measure an ounce because Wonderful Pistachios are known for their protein power, fiber, and better for you unsaturated fats for a combination that may help you keep feeling fuller longer. That's what happens to me. By the way, my dad introduced me to pistachios a long time ago, and he ate them by the bag. It was crazy. He cracked them open one at a time. He's what they call a purist. I'm not. I'm a convenience guy. So Wonderful Pistachios' newest product, unsalted no shells, is my thing. Hold the salt, but not the flavor. Frankly, shelled or unshelled, Wonderful Pistachios comes in a variety of flavors. If you haven't tried honey roasted, well, you need to try them. You should visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more right now. I'm betting you'll have some in your pantry very soon. wonderfulpistachios.com. So let's talk about eating healthy and getting flavor too. That can be hard to do. So our sponsor today is Washington Red Raspberries. And I was having my overnight oats this morning for breakfast, and my wife said, let's put some of these raspberries on your oats and see what you think. She did. They're awesome. It just cut through. It just pops. So sweet. I know. I've never had that kind of flavor in a raspberry before. And I'm not a huge raspberry fan, but I am now. These things are awesome. They are low in sugar naturally. They're high in fiber. They support gut health, blood sugar balance, overall health, wellness. They're good. They taste good. That's awesome. And my wife approves from them. So how can I go wrong, right? They're frozen at the peak of ripeness. They deliver big-time nutrition and flavor year-round. That can't hurt. You can find Washington Red Raspberries in the frozen food section of most major grocery retailers. And be sure to check the label for American-grown raspberries. Plus, I have a great website. You should check it out. Lots of recipes and things, too. Go to redraz.org. That's redrazz.org. Is life is confusing, life is long, the days are really, really long. Have you noticed that? The years fly by, and so no, what happened? I had all these plans, and suddenly I'm how old? You'll say that 100 times in your life, I promise you that. But anyway, we're here for that, to get you off your butt a little bit today and get you moving in the direction you want to go. Entirely up to you. My name's Scott Smith. Good to have you. Thanks for stopping by today. Newsletter is out. You should get it. It's dailyboostnewsletter.com. I like it. I mean, I read it. I write it, and I read it too. Actually, well, okay, I read it to make sure I made no typos, and I'm not making that many of them. Boy, you should have been with me a couple of years ago. I just didn't care about them. I like to talk, not to write, but you all let me know, Scott, you can't send out typos. So I think we're doing pretty well. Who knows? dailyboostnewsletter.com. All right, so jump into goals. Let's do this thing, okay? So goals are kind of interesting. So goals are one of those things that, how do we start this? We start this by saying you must have goals. You should have goals. You must have goals. And also you're hardwired into goals. Your mind naturally goes after goals. I mean, think about the way you see. I mean, you've got two eyes. They're kind of on the side of your head. Well, not the side, but they're wide, right? And then when you look and you see something in front of you, your eyes are seeing it and kind of triangulating where that thing is. That's how you get places. You look at it with your eyes and you go, okay, go toward that. It's like an airplane. How do you get to the runway? Look at the numbers and fly toward the numbers. I know it sounds simple, but it works every single time. And if the numbers just go too high on your windscreen or too low on your windscreen, just adjust and keep going to the numbers. Same thing with a goal. So you are hardwired to get goals. That's where your eyes are, your mind is, and everything else. So if you're not setting goals, you're just silly, because the truth is you're setting them anyway. Wait a second, Scott. Say that again so I really understand it. Okay, I will. See, if you're not setting goals for yourself and deciding where you want to go, then your body and your mind and everybody around you is setting goals for you, which is why you're not getting what you want. Could it be that simple? It is. So have we covered that? You have to set goals. Where do I go next? So I'm on a coaching call, my Face Your Passion coaching call. My friend Croy, who you've probably met or heard of, you may not know, but he was there today. I won't tell you what he said he was going to do, but when he said he was going to do it, he said what he was going to do. I thought it was a good idea to go do it. He's going to make a TV show. I'll say that, okay? So he's going to go do that. And then he says, but what I think I'm going to do is do this, this, and this to build up to that, and then I'll get there. I'm like, no, don't do that. Go to what you want now as fast as you possibly can. There's no need to wait. It's like years ago, I used to hear people say, Scott, I've got this job offer. I'm going to take the job. I said, well, it's not exactly what you want because you've been telling me what you want. What do you mean by that? Well, I think it's a good stepping stone. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to stay there a year or two, get a good permanent record, then get to the next thing. I said, no, why do that? That doesn't often work out. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Why would you give up a year or 2 or 3 or 5 of your life to see if it's going to work out as a stepping stone? No. Decide what you want, go do that one. Now, yes, in some cases, I get it. Some cases you want to do things that take some training. You start out at a lower level. There's no doubt about that. And that's okay to step out at a lower level of what you need to be doing. It's entirely wrong to do something completely different than what you want to be doing. It just doesn't work. So you're flying crooked is what's going on. You're like a little airplane. You look up in the sky, and sometimes you notice an airplane flying crooked. They kind of canted a little bit. Their nose is it's off to the left or the right a little bit. They're going one way, but they seem to be flying crooked. You're flying crooked. See, an airplane's heading to the destination, but the winds are trying to blow them off course. You are heading to your goal, assuming you know what that goal is, and the winds are trying to blow you off course. You're crooked. So if you're a pilot, you don't want to be crooked because you never get to your airport. Makes sense. If you keep letting the wind blow you, you're not going to end up there, right? So they do what's called wind correction. They kind of turn that nose into the wind a little bit, and it keeps them going to where their goal is. You're flying crooked like a pilot. Same things happens when you set a goal. You prefer a straight path. I think you do. Some people, let me think about this a second. I've done a lot of calls. Okay, here's the epiphany. This is just a straight truth from a guy that does a lot of coaching. I think some of you don't like the straight path. I think some of you like to mess around. Some of you like to meander. So like, oh, I'll get there eventually. That's fine, okay, as long as you know what you're doing. But let's assume you prefer a straight path. You're still going to run into winds. It's still going to blow you off course. That makes you mad. I'm doing everything you said, Scott. I set my goal. I am determined. I am focused every single day. And still, look what happened. What happened, Scott? That's called life. Life gets in the way. It's going to blow you around. Expect it's going to happen. What else could happen? Winds are blowing. That's one thing, but your spouse could disagree with your plans, right? That's never happened anywhere, anytime, has it? What are you doing? Your boss demands more hours. Never happened before. You're the first ever. Like my daughter had her second child. Life was crazy. Dad, this is amazing. I mean, amazingly crazy. I have so much to do. And I said, yeah, it's never happened before to any woman on the planet. They've never had 2 kids at the same time, have they? In life, it just happens. Sometimes you just got to say it just happens. I don't like it, though. You don't have to like it. You just got to, that's it. You got to figure out it happens. Your kids, your friends, your responsibilities keep you getting further to your goals and closer to your goals. Keep blowing off course. You're flying crooked. That's what you're doing. So I think it's time to think like a pilot. So think about it. So, okay, let me get you down to exactly how a pilot would think. We need to understand this. You don't have to be a pilot to get this. I am a pilot. I can tell you exactly what the most important thing to do is. If I'm out of town and I want to go home, so say I'm flying at St. Augustine, an hour away. I'm just kind of up there. I decide to come home. I'm going to point the airplane this way, but the wind's going to blow. It's going to come from the east over the Atlantic Ocean across the airport. I'm going to land in Daytona Beach. I'm not going to get there. So I set a flight plan, and I just turn a little bit into the wind to make sure. And the reason basically I turn into the wind is because when I get back to Daytona Beach and I land, I just know on my way home I'm going to go past the one only Krispy Kreme donut shop in the entire area. And they're just going to turn that hot donut sign on as I pass. Now, if I got blown off course, I could have ended up someplace without a Krispy Kreme donut and without a hot sign. And I wouldn't have gotten there. So see, You got to keep it on that final destination. You got to set goals that take you straight to where you want to go. You got to factor in that wind that's going to blow you. Of course, life is going to get in the way, and make those minor corrections. Keep heading where you're heading so you get